on, guys? This your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video, and this time we got to talk about Dillon Gabriel. Now, despite Andrew Berry coming on record and saying, Dillon Gabriel ain't going nowhere, we're going to keep him. Now, if you guys have been tracking the channel and tracking everything that is going on with the Cleveland Browns, we know that they drafted another quarterback this past week, Taylen Green, out of Arkansas. Now, this young man had a phenomenal combine, and I'm not going to say he's trash. He's decent. Now, with that being said, an NFL insider is letting it be known about Dillon Gabriel and his current future. So if we all could recall last year, the Browns went into training camp with 4 quarterbacks. By July or before the end of July, one of those quarterbacks left for some draft picks. Hence, they used this draft. Now, with that being said, it's not ideal for any team to have 4 quarterbacks on the roster, bro. This is what the Browns does. And to me, it looked like somebody is going to leave. Well, one NFL insider is spilling the beans, bro, and he's letting it be known. This is a Kenny Pickett 2.0 type of situation. Now, we all remember Kenny Pickett were brought in as an asset, then let go with some draft picks coming in. Now, I said this yesterday in the video. Every quarterback they have on the roster as of right now fits into Todd Monken offensive scheme and what Todd Monken like to run. We seen him really develop Lamar Jackson into that MVP caliber quarterback that we later grown to love. I believe the same thing is about to happen for one of these quarterbacks on the roster, that being Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders under Todd Monken's system have a very, very strong chance of possibly becoming an MVP level type of quarterback based on Todd Monken's track record. He's the offensive guru. I believe this is going to be Shedeur breakout season. Some of the best football we've seen Shedeur play in any scheme and any type of coordinator situation he's ever been in. Now, as for Dillon Gabriel, he just don't fit that plan. He's too small. He don't fit anything that Todd Monken has run or ever ran in the past, and I just don't think he's going to make it through the summer. Now, I thought he wasn't going to make it through the draft, but hence, now that I think about the way the Browns organize things, they're very strategic. They very like to play different pieces. They use these players as bargaining chips. It's a business at the end of the day, but I want y'all to listen to this right here because this gave me the green light to let me know that Dillon Gabriel's on a chopping block. Whether we want to admit it or not, he's not going to make it through the summer, y'all. I can almost guarantee it after hearing this.
Of all the teams who didn't need to draft a quarterback in 2026, the Cleveland Browns would have been at the top of the list, which of course means they drafted a quarterback. Of course they drafted a quarterback. Of course they did. They got Shedeur Sanders, they got Deshaun Watson, they got Dillon Gabriel, and now they have Taylen Green, the freaky quarterback who ran like a 4.36 40-yard dash at the combine, was off the charts with the measurables, incredible athletic specimen. One of the 3 guys on the roster isn't going to be there because, as I said earlier, nobody's taken 4 guys on the 53-man roster at that position. I think Dillon Gabriel is going to be gone. Maybe even the Atlanta Falcons. Kevin Stefanski, he's got no qualms with the smaller quarterback. He loved Dillon Gabriel last year.
Now, there has been a growing notion since January that Dillon Gabriel was supposed to be going to Atlanta. Now, I'm not finna go down a rabbit hole and trying to figure out what all picks Atlanta got, but y'all could do that in the comments section. But they're trying to say here is Dillon Gabriel is about to be Kenny Pickett 2.0 come July, bro. I can almost promise you that. He's not making his roster. That's probably why he's been quiet. He has not been online. And the girlfriend seemed like we can't find her nowhere because she was doing all this damn talking last year. Where all the talking at now? Nowhere. It is gone. Out of here, bro. And I'm telling you right now, be prepared to not be stunned when this dude is gone. Now, this was Riz and Tony Grossi talking today.
Are they going to keep 4 quarterbacks?
No, I don't see that happening.
Who would be the odd man out?
Let's see it play out.
You're not going to get anything for Dillon Gabriel.
No, I know.
Do you think there's a possibility Shedeur could be shopped?
Yeah. I mean, that's not the number one option I see happening. But I
I'm
think
just
anything
saying,
is possible.
is it an option?
Sure. Now, for that to happen, okay, Watson's got to ball out and say, God, he's our starter this year.
Okay, let me say this. I heard Deshaun took the majority of snaps on Wednesday when you guys were not allowed to watch practice, and he looked phenomenal.
Well, he took the majority of snaps on Tuesday, and he looked pretty good too. The question of can he stay healthy? Okay. And in order for that to happen, what I just said, Gabriel's got to show something that they could confident that he could be a 2 or 3. Okay. So let's see it play out.
Now, just like they said today, there's many people that saying Dillon Gabriel don't have any value at all when it comes to his athletic ability, what he offers, even in trades. I don't know. But hell, we will have to wait and see. Let's listen to this report here.
Well, I would absolutely treat him like a prospect project. You give him, some practice reps. I don't think you give him any first team reps. I would not do that. But he's a project, and that's okay. Good NFL organizations have quarterback projects. New England Patriots did it for years. When they had Tom Brady, they draft quarterbacks and develop them and then spin them off for assets. Well, obviously right now the Browns aren't in a position to be able to spin a quarterback off for assets, but I would use him simply as a prospect. He's got the physical tools. He's got the size and arm strength and all that. But there are just a lot of things with his game that need to be polished and cleaned up that, Andrew Berry talked about that. Todd Monken talked about that. So get him on the field, see what he can do, and take the next couple of years to develop him and see if you have something.
So you would put him at quarterback, though, within okay, because we had a knockdown drag-out earlier today, which is maybe good for the draft, that we're having knockdown drag-outs over 6th-round picks for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Lime and I went after each other.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 6th-round pick, too. Let's not forget that. It's kind of what I said last year with Shedeur Sanders being a 5th-round pick. If Shedeur works out, you hit the jackpot. If he doesn't work out, it's not a bust. It's not a failure. You took a shot. It didn't work. So, now, Todd Monken seemed to be open to the idea of maybe doing a package of plays for Taylen Green to get him on the field and maybe take advantage of his abilities, running the ball with it in his hands or whatnot. But I think that's something that they just have to kind of, figure out or work through. What you don't want to do is, when you do the gimmick thing, and you put him on the field, you're all of a sudden telegraphing everything that you're doing because, teams figure out when he's on the field, something's up. So there is a delicate balance there.
So that is the talks that is going on with Taylen Green, man. We'll just have to wait and see. But one thing I can tell you guys is that Dillon Gabriel's future ain't looking very bright with the Cleveland Browns. Get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this. Keep them bells on. And until next time, man, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, baby. Peace out.